Josh, how's your day going aside from talking about yourself a lot and talking about art a lot?
Oh, it's going good, man. I'm an actor, so I love talking about myself. That's what it's all about.
I find it goes both ways. Sometimes you want to talk about yourself, and then other people go, you don't want to know how the hot dog was made. So in your case, you've always been open about the craft.
Yeah. I actually do, I don't love talking about myself, but I do like talking about the craft and acting and the movies. So yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
Was this a difficult role for you?
I think every role brings a certain challenge that I look forward to. The fact that this movie is kind of a dramatic movie along as well as an action movie brought a unique twist to this that I wasn't quite used to, but the action was super fun to do. I had a really good time, and the drama is what I really love. So being able to do both of those in one movie was really cool experience.
Yeah, you leapt. I can't speak today. I didn't mean to say left. You leapt towards something I was going to ask, which is you don't have a lot of action in your credits, as far as I know. There's a lot more drama. So, any idea what it was that they saw in you to cast you in this role?
I've no idea. I did one audition, one self tape, and then that was it. A week later, I'm in Mississippi driving armored trucks and sweating and shooting guns. So I don't know, but there's been peppers of action and some other stuff that I've done. Nothing to this nearly to this degree, but so I was able to wet my toes before I jumped in.
A Stallone action film. I mean, there's action films and then there's Stallone action films. How much of the Stallone filmography had you known before landing this?
I mean, I know the classics, obviously. I mean, I grew up, watched Rocky and Rambo and grew up watching the Expendable movies and stuff like that. But with Stallone, it was, just an icon that kind of transcends acting in the movie industry. So it was kind of different because I've worked with big names, but
Right.
Stallone was different. It's just different. So it was a cool experience.
When you say that you know his filmography, do you know Over the Top?
I don't think so.
Over the Top was an arm wrestling movie. He's kind of a trucker that
I
when
love
his
it
came
already.
back.
Keep going.
Do you know about Rhinestone, the movie he made with Dolly Parton,
No.
where
When
she
was that? Was that during his the 80s era or is that later on?
that
Yeah.
was 80s still. I call that classic Stallone. He probably did. Mr. Stallone just probably does not enjoy those movies. But hey, back to Josh Wiggins. So when did you actually wrap or finish your work on Armor?
We shot it in September of last year. So, yeah, I think we wrapped. It was only a 10-day shoot,
Oh,
which is crazy, especially for what kind of movie it is. But yeah, around then.
okay. So repeating back the timeline that I just heard, you self-taped. You're basically set a week or so later, and it's a 10-day shoot, meaning a month before that, you didn't know you had that role, you were going to be there, and it all wrapped within like 3 weeks from audition to on set.
Pretty much hit the nail on the head. That is pretty much the life of an actor. That's pretty much how it goes. It's nothing, nothing, nothing for most of the time, and then out of nowhere, you're just on a flight and working, nonstop.
Did you have to cancel anything? Like, did you have a vacation or you were going to be out of town somewhere and then you had to jackknife your whole schedule?
Oh no. Thankfully, no. But I think if I did have something planned, it wouldn't be too hard to cancel it for this kind of movie.
Wow. Okay. So you're good at waiting around and you're good at keeping secrets. That's what I think I'm hearing right now. Because for you to land a role like this, keep quiet about it, and then wait for it for over a year to come out.
Yeah, I know. It could be tough, but that's part of the process.
Got it. So stock question here, but what made you want to become an actor in the first place?
Well, I knew I wanted to do movies, tell stories, but I always wanted to be director when I was a kid. And so I just made little home videos and then casting director just stumbled upon them. And I ended up auditioning and getting the first movie I did called Hellion. And that was pretty much that. I just fell in love with acting and just, wanted to keep doing it.
But long term, you see yourself directing more?
I want to do both ideally, but yeah, I definitely want that to be a part of what I do. me and my brother, we have some scripts written. We want to get into writing and then directing and all that. So hopefully I can do it all. By the time my career is in its later stages.
Got it. So are we allowed to know what's coming next? And I said because Armor is a new film to us, but it's kind of an old film in a way, being a year and change ago for you. And artists have to keep creating.
Right. Yeah. I nothing to announce yet. Hopefully there's something around the corner. We'll see. But in the meantime, yeah, definitely still creating, making music, doing whatever you got to do to pass the time.
So you are under embargo. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes. Yes. I'm
Okay.
officially sanctioned right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, those sanctions will lift.
Well, you said music, so down to the last two questions here. What's the last concert that Josh Wiggins went to?
I went to a concert, for a band. Oh, what is their name? It's an indie band, a really good band. Oh man, this sucks. I can't remember what they're called, but it was a local Austin. I'm a big fan of kind of smaller get-togethers. There, when I lived in LA, there was this place called Hotel Cafe that did a lot of
Oh yeah.
kind of small intimate music venues. I loved that place. I went there all the time. So that's my bread and butter is kind of the smaller venues.
I think Katy Perry waitressed there before she made it, but great venue with
Oh,
singer-songwriters usually and softer bands.
mhm.
But last question before I let you go. What's the number one passion when you're not busy with the craft?
Mm. Um, I don't know. I have different hobbies. I mean, I read a lot. I enjoy reading about history and just the world. Yeah, I'd probably say music, playing guitar and making music that I pretty much just I don't release it. I just do it for, my own creative fulfillment. Just record them in my closet on GarageBand. But I'd have to say music is the number one hobby when I'm not acting.
Hope to one day hear some of that, but in the meantime, congrats on Armor. And I'm looking forward to you getting out of that embargo and seeing what's next.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Paltrocast.